Hi, here I am today presenting before you Usha Food Processor. I did a lot of reviews and research before buying this, and to the best of my capability and the limitations of Indian models, this is what I have figured out to be the best of my home utility and use. So let's see how this turns out. I'll just quickly brief you with the specifications. It is a 1000-watt model. It has 5 years warranty on motor, and it has free home service for how long it does not mention. It has these accessories, as you can see here. This is a shredder blade, a grater, a slicer, a chopper, an atta kneader, an egg whisker. I hope it whisks cream also for me. The whipped cream that I always sought. The spatula also is attached with it. Of course, it's a centrifugal juicer, a citrus juicer, 3.5 liter bowl, which seems to be a pretty big bowl. It may help me a lot in kneading dough. This is a multi-purpose jar that comes. I think it may be helpful in making my idli batter and my dosa dal chawal batter and my vadas also. Here is a chutney jar, of course, the coconut chutney and the green mint chutney that we people make. And here is the blender jar. It will help me make my cold coffees that I'm so fond of. Okay, so I'm doing my opening for all of us. Let's see how it is. Okay, so here I have laid all my specified tools and my motor for display. This is the main motor which will do all the work, a 1000-watt motor. This is going to be my main bowl, which will help me do the shredding, grating, and my kneading. This is a spindle that has come. I need to place this spindle. It's easy to place. And this is the case, a very important tool to help me grate and shred things. Now, these are the shredder shapes for fat ones and thin ones. Depending upon the use, you just place whichever side you want to use, you place it on the top. And okay, let me just show it. And now for the lid, I'm going to tell you how to place the lid on top. You see, there is a small groove here and a small groove here. So all you just need to do, there's a groove at this point also. So I have to see and place easily, and there's a lock. It's locked. Now this is a feeder tube. I can put my vegetable or whatever and push it and it goes. It has three mechanisms, three buttons, 3 speeds, and one is of course the pulse. Now the comparison if I do between this and the other models abroad, the feeder tubes have various sizes. Here the limitation of Indian models is whichever size you have, whichever size of vegetable you want to grate or fruit you want to shred, you will have to cut it to the shape of this. If it's fatter, you'll have to cut it smaller. If it's small, probably you'll have to add double of this to push it down through the feeder. Okay, now I'll remove it quickly, and here is how I'll have to remove it, and I place it back. I remove the spindle. Reasons. Now here I'm going to demonstrate the dough making, and let's see. There's a click sound which is necessary. Yeah, this sound shows that it's fitted in properly, otherwise the machine will not start. There's one thing which I forgot to tell you. It has a beautiful compartment where you can place all your blades neatly and nicely. So I'm very happy with the storage system. I don't have to fiddle about space where I'm going to keep. Unfortunately for these two, I'll have to find some other place where I have to store them. Okay, so I have been guided in the instruction manual that before you start kneading the dough, it is suggested that you coat it with oil so it doesn't stick on the jar. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to coat oil around it, and I'm going to be liberal for the first time because this is my first usage. So let's see how it turns out. I'm quite liberally polishing oil all around my jar, so, and even on the blade. I'm going to put my spindle and my dough blade, and I'll coat that also with oil. So I've done it, and now I'm going to use the atta. I have taken around 2 cups of atta and a little more than that, but as of now I'm going to use only 2 cups to start with and see how it is helping me dough. So I'm going to drop my atta. So it was slightly more than 2 cups, so I've left that back into the jar, and here I'm going to put my feeder tube. So the idea is that if you want 2 cups of atta, you need to put half of water. So it's 2:1 ratio. So I have put 2 cups of atta, so I'll put 1 cup of water. So I'm going to put water. Yeah. So let's start. Slowly, I'm going to add it. It's kneading it. Gradually, it has started binding it. Okay, so let's see how it has turned out. Oh, perfect. It's perfect. So this is the condition of my lid, and this is my dough jar. I'm going to remove the ball. Oh, it's perfect. It is perfect. Sorry, even this has come off. So I'm going to help myself remove it. The consistency seems fine. Yeah, it seems fine. It can make me my soft roti. This is not pure atta. It has nachni and jowar mixed. So I was expecting this kind of consistency, and I'm quite glad my jar has done my help. Okay, so here I am with a chopping blade, and I've already placed it in the spindle, and I'm keeping it here. I'm putting some hand torn capsicums, and let's see how the chopping happens. Once again, once again I'm putting the lid, lock, and here we go. They say you need just 2 pulses to chop this. And the second one. The machine was right. Yes, it just needed 2 pulses and it chopped the capsicum the way I wanted it. If you want finer, you can of course go for more time. Now I'm going to put some roughly chopped onion. I just need 2 here, so just roughly chop them. And again I will give it 2 pulses. Lock. A little more, so I will go for the 3rd pulse. I think it's fine. That's lovely. Yeah, super fine. Just put in tomato, some ginger, roughly chopped, and I'm going to see how it's working on grinding my tomatoes. I think this should be it. Yes, very fine grinding, and I'm quite happy. It's very easy, time saving. Okay, so now I'm going to use my slicer. Now there is one thin and one fat. Now I think both of them look fine, same to me, but anyways I'm going to use this side up. I have placed the spindle already, and I'm going to stick this one inside, and I'm going to place my blade, and it has to fit into the groove, and now it's ready to go. Now I close my lid, and I'm going to use onion slicing. Let's see how. Oh, sorry, my bad. Let it be. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how well it does that for us. That seems fine. I have placed the spindle. This is the case compartment, and I just tried to place this case, and here my the slicer blade has gone in. I'm closing the lid. It has already chopped onions for me pretty well, and I'm quite happy. I'm removing the feeder tube. I place the tomato inside, and I go. I'll use the second one. Let's see. It doesn't go. It doesn't go. It doesn't go. Okay, I think I should not struggle. So this is the limitation of having Indian models. Anyways, I'm going to try it again. So I didn't even have to apply any pressure. This is what I have got. It is amazing. It is amazing. Very thin and fine uniform slices, and these are the slices I've got for onion. This is fine. I don't think my hand would have been able to do this justice. I'm quite happy. This is of course the mess we made with the tomatoes, but it's okay for the first time. Cleaning them was pretty easy. I just ran them under water, running water, and they just got clean. Of course, they're all dishwasher safe, so I can always use my dishwasher and clean them. So as of now, I just had to. So I just ran them through running water, and they have got clean. I think it's pretty simple. I didn't even have to take much effort, although it is dishwasher safe. But I was quite cool to just run water through them. Now I'm going to try some dry grinding, and this is of course the square jar that I showed you. I'm going to place this, and the lock sound has come. I'm going to grind some oats. So let's see. I have filled up 3/4 quantum, and I'm going to check. Closing. I'm going to move it to pulse. Okay, so let's see the output. I used only maybe 5 seconds. Okay, the grinding is coarse, but that's what I wanted, so I'm going to use it. Okay, now I'm going to try some cold coffee with my favorite Hershey's chocolate. And here we go. Let me see how it turns this one. I have also added some ice cubes, and I want to see whether it's able to crush the ice. You can see the ice cubes inside. So I'm going to see how it works. Sorry. Yeah, see, if you don't lock your jar properly, it will not switch on. This is it. Now let me see how this has turned out to be. And okay, so let's see how this has turned out. Okay. Yummy! I'm going to decorate my coffee. Yummy! Table coffee. So the power of this machine is its motor. It is 1000 watt. It is supposed to grind the toughest of things. So I got a feedback on this jar that even if it's square in shape and the things fall back into the center, if you're doing some hard grinding, it is a tough task. So I'm trying to experiment black salt in this. So I have these rocks, as you see. So I have already pounded them into small pieces and I'm going to grind it and let's see the result. I'm going to show it to you. Here I'm closing. I start. And now let's see, I used it for around, this is the outcome. The stones are still there in the machine. I'll again try it. Is still left from what I did. I'm going to re-grind it. Yesterday I tried doing it with coriander seeds and fennel seeds, what we call in the south. I did not get satisfactory results. Now this is the third time I'm grinding the black salt. Let's see the outcome. Okay, so let's see the output. I can still see some. I'll strain it and I'll see the output. So while it is grinding, I can start smelling the motor part. The jar has become too hot, and yes, it has its limitation. The dry grinding jar is not that great if you want heavy grinding like how I am doing. But even for coriander and fennel, it doesn't work that well. So dry grinding, to me, if I were to give it stars out of 5, I would give it 1 or 2 maybe. The dry grinding is not good. So here I am with Usha model 1000 watt, the latest one that comes for around 10,000 rupees. But the dry grinding jar, perhaps because the blades, oh, they're still left. The blades are small or whatever, I don't know, but not up to the mark. I'm not promoting this model. I'm not degrading this model. I'm just trying to tell you from the customer's point of view as the utility, how well it is for me. Yes, for chopping, grinding, it is great. For dry grinding, perhaps I might have to buy another mixie. Okay, so a lot of mixies give us this trouble that grinding of dal and chawal is the trickiest thing. So I'm going to try on my food processor the grinding of the most difficult thing, urad dal and rice for my dosa. So I have already tried doing it and it grinds it pretty fine, but I'm still going to show it to you how it does it. So I put it in this. Okay, I'm going to, this is how I've put it. And now I'm going to close. Half a bowl I've filled up. And I'm going to run it on 1. Let's see the outcome. Wow, fantastic. Fantastic grinding. It's quite smooth. Yeah, it's perfect.